Hey there, Sapphire here. Most of you who have played Xenoblade Chronicles know it's a game with many fresh ideas and a great world, full of fun and interesting characters, all tied together by an interesting plot. But you know, there are people out there who have never got a chance to experience this adventure. Just a few days ago, I was one of these people. This video has three purposes. One is to show off an amazing game and tell you, the viewers, why you should play it. Another is to truly give a pat on the back to the developer Monolith, who created a world that transcends the generation barrier between the Wii and its competitors, as well as refreshing a stagnant genre in the world of gaming. The third is to give a warm thank you to a fine group of people who have extended this game's appeal and allowed me to experience this game in the best possible way, just in time for next year's successor. What I'll be showing you today is a mere spoiler-free taste of the adventure. The journey from here is up to you to undertake.
Good idea.
Take a breath, listen to the music, take in the ambience. This is the sound of adventure. The world in front of you always tells its own story. The quests you pick up, very similar to those of MMORPGs, all have their own tales that are separate from your own. The world lives with or without you, but at the same time, your actions are reflected greatly in the world. And what a beautiful world it is! Huge in scale, always pleasing to the eyes, it invokes emotion through its atmosphere, its music, and attention to detail. The JRPG genre is much loved, and for good reason. It often involves epic tales, interesting worlds, and stunning visuals, but over the years it's fallen to a rather constant state of repetition. Each story is different, but it follows conventions and doesn't stray far from its predecessors mechanically. That, and it almost always ends up being a time sink, where the gameplay doesn't tell its own story, and the game's mechanics are only there to carry you from one cutscene to another. This isn't always a terrible thing. It's not necessarily broken in that regard, but it certainly can be fixed, and Xenoblade does this. A beautiful world that can nearly be mistaken for past its generation is accompanied by less than conventional RPG gameplay, which is functionally affected by elements of the story in ways that really change the game. This sword, being on the title screen, it holds clear significance. This sword gives its wielder Shulk some very neat powers, like the ability to see into the future and ultimately change it. This happens in some early game cutscenes, and you'd think this was cool enough as it was, but it goes even further, beyond what other games normally do. Future Sight allows you to know what items you pick up will be useful in future quests so that you never sell them by accident. Future Sight can warn you in a battle if an attack is going to kill you, giving you a tiny window to pop a shield or defensive buff and save a comrade's life. This can also result in some choice in the quests you're given during the game, a chance to change the world's fate with your actions. Let me move on a little, because innovation is fantastic, but the core mechanics of a game always decide who is going to enjoy it. Similar to many action RPGs and MMOs, this game has an auto-attack system and a hotbar for you to perform several abilities known as arts. It has some easy-to-understand stats that affect how your character performs in battle, and you have the ability to play as class roles such as the tank, healer, or damage. This is something that's very familiar to MMO players. You can choose any combination of three characters that happen to be in your party at any time, and take control over one of those characters whenever you like. There's gear for you to pick up and switch out, gems to slot in for all different kinds of statistical games, and you can get these things through crafting, questing, and hunting out in the fields of this massive world spanning many hours. You can save any time you want, and if you die, you don't lose any progress. Instead, you're sent back to the last landmark you visited. And as for landmarks, you can fast travel between them from any location you want at any time you want. Experience is awarded for questing, discovering new locations, finding secret areas, and beating foes. The entire party, even those not in battle, all level up together. The world and characters. I'd love to tell you all about them and let you hear some of the delicious voice acting this game's cutscenes have to offer, but that'd be entering on spoiler territory, so you just have to believe me on this one. The characters are simply too well crafted to ever be forgotten. My personal favourite character is Dunban, a katana-wielding evasion tank character.
Yeah, Dunban, go for it! Could you teach me how to use a rifle sometime?
So that's how it is. Given up the sword already?
No, that's not it at all.
Oh, let him have a go, Dunban.
So far, it truly makes for a familiar and yet fresh RPG experience which will keep you going for many hours without any of it blending together and becoming overly boring or stale. I've played 10 hours, and I'm told that I'm barely scratching the surface. As I'm making this, I'm just itching to find out what happens next in the next area of the game. I could simply gush about how much joy and fun it brings me so far, but I'll keep my composure. In fact, if you want to know more, I highly recommend you go watch the popular Let's Player, Chuggaaconroy. I'll link him in the description. Chugga, thank you for being the one to get me into this game. I am loving it so far. Everyone else, he'll be 100% completing the game, doing every single thing, so play alongside him and you won't ever get lost. So, you're probably wondering at this point, what is the point of not doing a full review? Well, I want you to decide an outcome for yourself. I stated this at the beginning. There's two other reasons: to respect and thank both the developer in this game and a group that's helped extend its appeal even further. This game is being played on Dolphin, a popular emulator that emulates both GameCube and Wii software that has some very neat features. And even when I have a Wii U sitting on my desk right next to me, and a copy of the game next to it, I can't help but want to give you this adventure even more justice. When playing on Dolphin, you can crank up the game's native resolution to anything you want: 720p, 1080p, even 4K. The game goes to show just how well it's made, how beautiful it is, and how easily it could pass off for a basic Wii U title if it tried, benefiting massively from all those pixels on large displays. YouTube's compression may barely do it justice. And Dolphin users agree. That's why some of them have gone through the insane amounts of time and effort to create a HD texture pack for the game. World and character textures have been overhauled, but the big thing I'd like to point out here is the user interface. It's clear, crisp and easy to read, giving you all the information you need at the level of detail expected from a game released in 2014. For a game I'll be playing for hours upon end to look this good is something I'm always excited about. I can't thank those people who put in the effort enough, and I hope this gives them the attention they deserve. A link to the page where you can get this will be in the description, of course. So, other than that, you're responsible for getting your own copy of the game. Please don't ask me about that part. As a closing statement, I just want to thank a very special person who's kindly started supporting me on Patreon. Due to request, he will remain nameless, but he'll be watching. If any of you'd want to check out my Patreon page, check in the description. If you like the video, go ahead and give it a like! If you have any suggestions or comments, feel free to leave them. I have a special thanks for Monolith, Nintendo, the Dolphin team and all contributors, the makers of the texture pack, and of course Chuggaaconroy for showing me the game in the first place. I'll leave you with a little bit of extra gameplay so you can get a feel for the music, voices, and the world. Thank you very much for watching. I love you.
That's right, Shulk. Right heel!
Nicely done.
Thunderbullet!
Electric Gutbuster!
We can definitely do this!
Time is coming. I've been getting careless.
Bernardo!
Now!
Save us from
Nicely
harm!
done. Steel Slash! Electric Gutbuster!
All together now!
Good call, Shulk. Ha! Steel Strike! Worldly Slash! Eat this!
Right here!
Nice. Prepare yourself!
Split edge!
My
Steel
body is
Slash!
getting hotter.
Eat this!
Alright, I'm feeling it!
Everyone ready for a chain attack?
You'll be gone before you know
The
what hit
next
you.
one will hurt even more.
Charlotte,
Nice one!
I think we can do it.
on my mark! Gale Slash! Shulk, go!
Okay, my turn! Shala, go for it!
Okay. Tranquilizer! Good night. Nice.
We are at one with the battlefield! How can this be? Gale Slash!
Split edge!
The time is now! Zack, prepare yourself! Born in a world of strife, against the odds, we
Give me
choose
some
to
strike.
fight.
Heal.
Blossom
Heal round.
dance.
Yeah. All together now.
Vision, yes?
Yeah. This is bad.
Ha! That won't happen.
Fire!
Ha! Back!
You'll be okay now.
Let's go!
Everyone, do your best.
I don't want anyone dying here.
Thank you, Dunbar.
Steel strike!
Fire!
There is no escape! Stay calm. Stay focused.
I'm feeling it. Split edge.
Ha! Dance with me! Gale Slash! Worldly Slash! At last, we move useless!
Dunbar. That's awesome.
Leave this to me! Against the odds!
We can definitely
We
do
choose
this.
to fight!
Split edge.
Thunderbolt!
Ah! Eat this, everyone! Feel the flow of battle!
I will never forget it, Dumban. Fire!
Steel strike! Shulk!
Fantastic!
Everyone, let's go.
On my mark! No mercy!
Don't get careless, guys.
Okay, let's sort this out nice and quickly.
Steel strike!
Split edge.
Double!
Nice job.
I can see this isn't pushing you at all. No mercy!
Okay, let's sort this out nice and quickly.
Don't get careless, guys.
Worldly Slash!
Backslash.
I expected a tougher battle.
Piece of cake.
Nicely, Gale Slash!
Monado.
Electric
Save us from harm.
We move at the same pace.
Yeah, Dunbar.
Equalizer! Good night!
Worldly Slash!
Fire!
I'm feeling it.
Eat this! Ha!
The next one will hurt even more.
Charlotte, that's the spirit.
I think we can do it.
We can definitely do
Everyone, feel the flow of battle.
I will never forget it, Dumban. I could really do with a shower right now.
Power of the Monado. Don't lose focus.
Everyone,